Hey guys, good morning. So, in the earlier video, we have been talking about the factors which determine the wage rate and a pay level. So, in this video, we are going to learn about methods of wage payment. There are three types of wage payment, guys, which an employer will follow. So, under that, you have three types, that is time wage system, piece wage system, and incentive wage system. So in this video, we're going to learn about time wage system as well as piece wage system, and also along with their formulas, along with the respective advantages and disadvantages, and to which organization it is actually suitable. To start off with the time wage system is a traditional and the oldest mode of payment of wages to the laborers or the daily workers. Guys, under this time wage system, it is the number of hours you spend on the job which determines your daily wage or a weekly wage or a monthly wage. It depends upon the discretion of the company which it wants to pay you daily, weekly or monthly. So, guys, here the amount of work which you produce or the amount of output which you actually give is not taken into consideration, but it is the amount of valid hours which you spend on the job is being taken into consideration. So that there are some traditional clocks being set up in the office in order to record your timing. There is a separate supervisor to have a check on and to maintain the records about your entry and exit timing to the organization. Okay, so for this purpose there are some traditional clocks being set up. And now in this present era, because of the advancement in the technology, we have biometric systems and card swiping. Card swiping was also there in the traditional era, where a device is fixed outside of the gate, when you enter the gate and when you have to enter a workshop, you have to sit on an inventory or machinery and start the work. You have a device, and there's been a card which is allotted to you, which has your name, which has your number, which also has your designation on it. So you have to swipe this card on the device which tells your entry time, and while leaving you also again have to re-swipe this card which says your exit time. Guys, for this purpose I have taken a hypothetical example. Okay, see guys, calculating wage is little bit comprehensive to understand, so try to analyze my sentences very carefully. Okay, so for this purpose, taking in a hypothetical example, there is a guy, I am a factory owner, and there is a X person he's a daily worker under me. His duty is to start the machine and run and convert the raw materials into semi-finished products. Okay, so when calculating for a weekly basis, think the wage rate per day is 16 rupees, and in a week as a whole the X person is working for 40 hours. Okay, then what will be his wage for a week? Then his wage per a week would be the amount of hours he spent into the wage rate, that is 16 into 40, which gives you 640 rupees. That is, his weekly wage is 640 rupees. That's the first way of calculating the wage under time wage system on a weekly basis. Suppose when you consider calculating on the number of days, that is on a monthly basis, then you might take another example, the same example, like the ex-employee is working for 25 days in a month, wherein he gets rupees 140, like his wage rate per day is rupees 140. Then how would you calculate this? The same way, that is 140 rupees per day, that is your wage rate, into number of days you worked in a month, that is 140 into 25, that turns out to be 3,500. So 3,500 is the amount of wage which you have to pay to the daily worker or the laborer on a monthly basis. So this is time wage system. So the formula I am going to tell you is, please listen to it very clearly, that is W, that is your wage, is equal to T into R. So what is T here? The time spent on the job. What is R? Is rate of that is your wage rate. That is per day I'm going to pay you this much. That is your wage rate, and that is considered to be R. So your wage is equal to time spent on the job into the wage rate per day. That is W is equal to T into R. that is your time wage system. So for this time wage system also, we have various examples as well as non examples. We have advantages, at the same time disadvantages. So before getting into advantages and disadvantages, I want to give you the few instances where this type of method is actually suitable. This type of method is suitable where there is strict supervision is needed, and where quantity of work is not taken into consideration. And third is when there is a frequent disruption in the flow of work. Such disruptions are uncontrollable, right? So under this particular clause, time wage system can be used, because there might be disruption in flow of work, but still you are paying him on the time he spent on the job. So then coming to advantages of this kind of system. So first is simplicity. Guys, the greatest advantage of using time wage system is it is very simple to calculate, and at the same time it is so simple enough that you have no fluctuations here, and you cannot even manipulate the records here, because that is very much clear. You have an evidence where you're maintaining a record of the entry and exit times of the employee coming into the organization, right? So there might be no manipulation taking place here, right? So the second most important advantage is quality output. Guys, when you don't give them the number of quantity which should be produced within such a particular stipulated time, then they do the work slowly, but at the same time the output produced will be retained for a longer time. That is, it is rich in quality, right? Then coming to the third important advantage is proper handling of machines. When there's lots of time to them and there is no limitation on the quantity of output, then they can handle the machines with proper due care and attention. Like there is no there is no confusion, and there is no competition that yes, I have to do more, and at the same time there is no necessity for them to produce so much of output, right? They need not be tensed enough, because they can take ample amount of time and complete the work, right? Then your fourth is certainty of wages. Guys, here as I told you, there would be no manipulation of wages, and even the labor or the worker who's working for you can himself calculate his wage. He will be particular about, yes, this is the amount of hours I spent in this week, and this is the amount I am going to receive. So he is able to be certain enough about the income he earns, right? Then your fifth important advantage is beneficial to the newcomers. This is a little bit diplomatic advantage, because as a new entrant into this factory or an industry, you are not conceived with the work, right? You know nothing about the work, but you just try to learn things, and with this learning also you earn, right? For the newcomers, if it depends upon the output produced, then you're certainly into losses, right? So under this point of information here, like even on the new entrant to the industry or the factory, you can earn money with the hours you learn to have a knowledge about the job and try to be more efficient, right? Then acceptance by the trade unions. Guys, in the factories and industries, the major disputes arise only because of trade unions, and this is the most and widely accepted wage system by the trade unions also, because they are happy. There is no manipulation. You can interpret the data for yourself, you can analyze your work for yourself. So that's being the most important acceptance given by the trade unions. But still, though it offers so many advantages, you have disadvantages for this time wage system also. The first disadvantage would be there is no distinction between an efficient employee and an efficient employee. As I already told you, that morale of an employee or the worker plays most important role. Guys, when you have no distinction between a efficient and a non-efficient employee, inefficient employee, you're paying them equally. Like even the inefficient is getting the same wage as of the efficient. So that becomes the most important vital role because when you don't distinguish between an efficient and an inefficient employee, that might demotivate the workers working under you, because you're assigning the same kind of duty, but it still depends upon the efficacy you show. So this acts as a greater disadvantage for this time wage system. Then less production. Guys, suppose you get an order stating that you have to produce 100 units within a week. Then if there is no quality of output, the quality of output even there, the quantity of output is not produced within a week, because they work slowly and steadily on those machines. They will be unable to deliver the contract to the people, right, to the customers. So in this point of time, the less production is the clause which acts as a greater disadvantage. The workers work slowly and steadily with proper handling of machines and equipment, but there is no output produced. Your company or your factory is into losses then, or less productivity. And your third major disadvantage would be intensive supervision. Guys, supervision itself is a waste of time, is what we have discussed, right? So when you want intensive supervision, because you have to exactly note down the time when the person has entered into the organization, when the person had made an exit to from the organization. So this is a cautious record which each and every supervisor has to make with regards to the workers who come to the organization. So that is intensive supervision is required, right? Then your last disadvantage is interference by trade unions. Sometimes because of increase in wage rate, I told you in the example given that your wage rate per day is 140 rupees, but you're working so hard and your trade unions are fighting for you, stating that no, there might be an increase in this wage rate, and they have that bargaining power, as I already furnished in the earlier video. So they can bargain, and there will be an interference of this trade unions again. Though they are an advantage on one hand side, they are a disadvantage on the other hand also. Now we've been furnished information about the time wage system, its advantages, its disadvantages, and its method of calculating. Now let us discuss about piece weight system. So under this piece weight system, the word itself is self-explanatory, but still, piece weight system is the remuneration is paid to the employees on respect to the number of units produced by them. Here the quantity of output is given vital importance, but not the quality. You cannot say the quality is not important, but still the quantity is given major importance than the quality. So that's the most point where you have to make a lot of thought of. So here piece rate is the rate per unit which an employee gets in order to complete the number of units assigned to him. So under this piece weight system, this is just exactly vice versa for this time weight system. So here let me tell you, like in the same example which I'm going to continue from the time weight system, it is like for the ex-employer, the piece rate at a fixed cost is 3 rupees. Okay, and now here what we have to consider rest is not the working hours, but the number of units which the worker has produced or which the worker was able to complete. So during a certain period of a day, or here the time period is not considered at all. So here I told you the wage rate is 3 rupees per day, and he have completed 250 units. So how much is 250 into 3? It's 750. So 750 is the amount which I am going to pay him, right? The time period, or it is a weekly basis or a monthly basis, entirely is a discretion. And here for each and any calculation we use the piece rate per day into number of units produced by him. So here the formula would be W is equal to P into R. W is your wage, P is equal to P. What is your P? Piece rate per day into what is your not piece rate per day, it's your piece rate per unit. and your R is, what is your R? How many, a number of units produced. Okay, so W is equal to P into R. R is your rate, P is your number of units produced. Okay, there in time wage it is W is equal to T into R, number of hours produced, number of hours on the job, and your rate per day. Here itself it is just T and P which are used interchangeably. There T is number of working hours, here P is your number of units produced. Okay, so this is how to calculate your piece wage system under a piece wage system. So under piece wage system you have three types again. Guys, please make a note down because this is a comprehensive chapter. Under remuneration you still have so many plans to read, and we are not keeping a full stop over here, so we have to learn so much. So under types of piece wage system, your first wage is your fixed piece rate system. So under fixed piece rate system is, under this system the fixed piece rate per unit will be the same. That is, as given in the earlier example, your piece rate per unit is 3 rupees and your units produced is 250. So 250 into 3 is your 750. 750 is calculated under your fixed piece rate system. So that is your first kind of fixed piece rate system. Second is increasing piece rate system. Here is when you have finished producing some particular kind of, some particular amount of units which you have to produce, then I will increase the piece rate. That is, for first 500 units, my piece rate per unit is taken to, okay, 3 rupees again. Then something above 500, that is, after this 500 you tend to produce more 250 units, then your piece rate would be 3.20 rupees. That is 3 rupees 20 paise. So, like when you calculate your daily wage or your weekly wage, then I will tend to calculate, that is your first, you have produced total 750 units, okay? Then first 500 units, what was the clause which I have given to you? First 500 units, it is 3 rupees. So 500 into 3 is your 1500, right? Then for the next 250 units, I told my piece rate is 3.20, right? So here what do I do is 250 into 3.20. So what is your 250 into 3.20 is 800. So your total wage will be 1500 plus 800, that is 2300. That is your wage which you will receive, and that is increased piece rate system. Here you are, there is no complication guys, you're just increasing the piece rate per unit. Then like after you complete a limit of number of units you have to produce, you are increasing the piece rate per unit. That's your second type of piece weight system. Coming to your third type of piece weight system is decreasing piece rate. That is, for the first 500 units, your piece rate is 10 rupees per unit. That is 500 to 10 is your 5000. And for next 100 units which you produce, your piece rate is decreasing. That is 9. Then 100 into 9 is 900. So your 5000 plus 900 is 5900. So there comes the difference. Okay, here first is your fixed. How many ever units you produce, your piece rate per unit stays stable. In second, increasing piece rate system, there after you complete production of 500 units, from then for every 250 units I will increase the piece rate. Okay, that is a discretion again upon you. Then coming to the third one is your decreasing piece rate. Here for every next 100 units after the production of 500 units, I am reducing the piece rate per unit. So there comes the difference. Okay, then these are the three major types of piece weight system. Now let us know under which circumstances is piece weight system used. Quite opposite to the time wage, where quality of output is not taken into consideration but quantity is taken into consideration. where extensive supervision is not needed, right? Then where work can be measured in standards units. You have a standard units and your work is measured. In such type of organization, piece weight system is being used. So coming to advantages of piece weight system. First advantage is incentive to workers. Here you are making a distinction and you are paying them accordingly with regards to the work which they have performed, the number of units which they have produced. So here if the person, suppose you take an increased piece weight system, then when the person tends to produce more than 1,000 units, he'll have an incentive when compared to the other workers along with him. No, so that piece weight system acts as an incentive. The number of units you produce is the number of units you produce is the increase in wages which you receive. Next is increase in production. Guys, when you work so hard only for the output and the only amount of output which you are producing, then obviously there will be an increase in productivity. Then your third is better use of machines and equipments. You might think even in time waste there was handling of machines, proper handling. Even here you can handle the machines faster. Along with production, you can handle them very quickly. So that would be more intellectual task, right? Then encouragement to the efficient employees. Guys, here if the person is not working properly, there is a chance of degrading him, not paying the excessive wage. You're paying him the wage which he have done only for the work he produced. Here you are giving encouragement to the efficient employees so that he can work more well even in the future task or future endeavors which he actually do. Then reduction in per cost unit of production. Guys, each and every factory and industry have per unit what is the cost of production. They are going to analyze cost per unit of production because they have to estimate the investment which they have to set up in a factory or an industry on such a particular product. Using piece weight system, there will be a reduction in the cost of unit of production because there is so many number of workers working for the output, and at the same time, suppose under time wage, if there are 20 products being produced, here you can produce 40 products. So that entirely depends upon the efficiency of the workers working under you. So here there will be a reduction in cost per unit of production. Then coming to your other advantages, savings in your supervision cost. Guys, under time wage system, you have to pay supervisors so long because they have to be so keen and cautious in order to, supervise the employees, right? But under piece weight system, there is no necessity to incur so much cost on supervision. Coming to disadvantages of piece weight system, affects quality of service. Guys, you have been so tense, you are in so hurry to complete the output so that you will get income, then obviously the quality at some point of time would reduce. I won't say there would be zero quality, but the quality while compared to time based system, there is an effect on that. Then mishandling of machines and equipments. You are in a pace and you are in a speed of completing the work along with the other employees more faster than them. So there might be a problem of mishandling of these machines and equipments. Then resistance by trade unions. Trade unions don't accept this at all because they talk about mental status, they talk about domestic responsibilities, they also talk about the stress, the frustration which a worker faces, and all that kinds of nonsense which they all have to speak. And that is also fruitful according to them, but that is what being resisted under piece weight system acts as a disadvantage. Not beneficial for the newcomers at all, because when a new entrants are there into these factories or industries, they have to know the work, and if they're not known to the work, they're going to be in a dangerous situation that their wages are not determined by the number of hours but the number of units which they produce. So obviously they have to know the work. Then difficult to fix wage rate. Guys, you can't fix wage rate should be equal for all the employees working, but here it is a difficult task because there might be unstable wage rate, because sometimes the workers may produce more than the expected units and some people more less also. You can't even make a like complex balance between them. That becomes more complexity in nature also. Then it's overexertion. Guys, under this method the workers will have so much stress on them, and in order to earn more, sometimes they even ignore their physical or mental health and mental status also. So there might be overexertion which is taking place here. So these are the wage systems under remuneration, that is for the employees or the workers working in industries and factories. So in the upcoming video we are going to learn about incentive plans. And incentive plan wage system is literally a wider concept and a comprehensive project. Like, you have, I think, on a total you have 8 plans there. Yeah, and again you have a division of individual plans and group plans. So there we have to make a difference on like how to calculate, and there are many scholars who have given their plans over under individual incentive as well as group incentive. So let's wait for the upcoming video to make it more complicated. Okay, guys, you have to do some type of deed that your future self will be thankful for you. So you should work so hard that your future self, like for yourself, it says thank you for doing and working so hard in your past, so that I am so comfortable right now, like staying happy and cheerful. So stay tuned for the upcoming video, and also be concentrated also. The next upcoming video is really be going very comprehensive. Okay, thank you.